media. Okay. It's green here, so that means it's going live right there. Hopefully I timed it out right. Okay. So that's played up here on the screen. It's going through right now. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with, well, my buddy Joe Boo. He's actually downstairs right now. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. We are actually doing a little bit of a test and a live stream and everything else. And I see Cowboys Abroad. I see Cowboys Talk. I see the Uncrowned Sin. I see Max Awesome. I see Through Trust. I see Just Talk Football. I see Harry Watson. I see Barbara Long. How you doing tonight, Barbara? And Drago Rodriguez. I see Jose Vlogs. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Right now, I'm actually just trying to do a little bit of a test run here, live stream. See, guys, look, it's actually working. And actually got the other camera here just to record this to show everybody what actually goes on in trying to get this stuff together. Because of you guys, and I can't thank you people enough, everybody, the way this has been able to grow is because of you guys' support. Anybody who's been following me since 2016 or before knows how I started out working on doing stuff on the Benet Emery show, sitting in a Dallas Cowboys lawn chair in front of my TV and using the TV to try and put highlights in. And of course, it had that whole cloudy feel and stuff to it. Just truly, truly ghetto. And from that point, we went through, we built that first locker, had a small desk and things, finally got actually, you know, a real microphone and stuff, and was still using my cell phone. The following year, we went through, built a second locker and moved it over on the other side of the place, and we got our first Mevo camera, and so on and so on. So we've been basically growing like crazy and upgrading and doing more and more things. And I am really, really proud of what's been able to get accomplished with the channel here. So I got a new piece of hardware, as you can see, that's lit up right here, that's going to enable me to do better live streams. So instead of having to run around with the mouse and stuff and all that, basically all I have to do is go ahead and push a button, and it's going to
kicker Jake Elliott, long snapper Rick Lovato. They get 2 compensatory picks, and then we got Robert Kraft. And what can we say about Robert Kraft? I mean, I don't know what else to say except for, you know, this. Robert Kraft, you stinking dope. When you're in jail, don't pick up the soap. Robert Kraft, you old hump, paying for the truffle shuffle and the open pump. Robert Kraft, you know what I think? The Patriots still stink.
So we're back here. So I'm sorry that we put Philly 500 on here so many times. There we go. We put Philly 500 here so many times on here, but it was only a clip that I actually had loaded up into this computer along with the intro and things. So I've got to work on some more stuff. But Jose, I appreciate you vlogs watching since 2015, man. I'm surprised your brain has not turned to mush with that much. Let me know, is the sound okay? Is it sound loud enough for you guys? Actually, I bet you I've got, let me turn that off. Hopefully that took care of, turn my mic up, please. Okay, let me put it up just a little bit more. Let me see if that's good. All right, so let me know if that's good or not good. Perfect streaming, audio peak warning. So we got it a little bit too loud. Let's try it there. Okay, hopefully that's better. Shout out to Erwin. How you doing, man? Henry, True Trust. Everybody, like I said, I'm trying some new things here with the system and all that. So let me try this real quick and see what happens.
Sit your ass down.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Actually, that's not what I wanted. That's that camera. Okay. We'll go to that camera. So I got to be careful that I don't hit that. So where's the third camera? There we go. So we're actually at this camera over here. Okay, so the ultimate goal is tomorrow we're going to end up going to Lucky's. I'm going to have my boy E2 Blue. We're going to be able to have a couple of different cameras and stuff, and we're going to be able to do a lot of new stuff that we haven't been able to. So on to our Dallas Cowboys. We're just going to do a little quick live stream here and talk about what's going on. Stephanie, how you? Stephanie, you're becoming, you know, like a regular in here. I appreciate that. You know, it's great to see the same people over and over again. Mr. Truckee, man, you're a fantastic. There's Maria. Maria, I owe you a shirt, and also tomorrow, if you're available, come to Lucky's tomorrow because I need you to sign. Actually, I owe you the autographed one too, Maria. If you got time, Maria, tomorrow, come on over to Lucky's. I'll make sure I bring the autographed shirt and stuff for you, and I need you to go ahead and sign the Dak Prescott shirt that we're sending around across the country. You definitely need to sign that. You, your husband, your kids, and everybody. It's going great. Always a lady. It's going great. Like I said, we're just trying some new technology, and the only way to see if this works is to actually get on here and put it on and see if it works. I'm excited about all of the things that we can do with this because I can just really enjoy being able to change up cameras and look at different directions and keep you guys wondering or keep your head spinning. So we'll be able to, in future games when we go, this is actually really cool because this is just Wi-Fi connected. This is actually a 2-in-1 computer that is actually running all of this program and able to work all three of these cameras. So when we go to Lucky's, we'll be able to have a camera on the Dallas Cowboy fan club that's there, you know, so when they react, boom, we can put them all on the screen and things. We can do like interviews and things away from this and stuff like that. We'll be able to really take this to a whole nother level. I'm going to be partnering with, believe it or not, with Cowboys Experience, which are ticket brokers. Barry is coming up in the next couple of weeks and stuff because we're going to be going over some things. We're going to be actually having fan trips to Dallas that'll be like the Jobu Sports Takeover Dallas game trips. I'm thinking maybe we'll have to look at the schedule and see. Like I'm thinking the Redskin game. But basically we'll have packages where we can all just go together, stay at the same hotel, party together, go to the game together and everything else and live it up. And I'm going to tell you, they do it up right. I had a ball at that Eagles game. So we're going to be doing that kind of stuff. And I'm working on some stuff that I can't really say right now because I don't want to jinx it. But if I do, ooh, it's going to be really, really, really big. So hopefully everybody's going to start enjoying some of the things that we're doing here and as we go through. So let me go back here to the comments. Eat your heart out, ESPN. See, that's, you know, that's what I'm actually working towards. I want to be able to start doing not just regular vlogs and things like that, which I love doing, but I like working with guys like Philly 500. Philly 500 is incredible. He's funny, he is a ball, and he actually knows a lot about the Eagles and things. So I'm looking for a Redskin vlogger as well. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find too many. I got my man, the stinking New York Giants fan, and I'm going to get him up to speed. Q Childs, thank you very much. Well, I'll tell you what, Q Childs, my friend Deidre actually is in Lake Charles and stuff, and I'm going to see if we can try and get her to be able to meet up with some people to be able to do that as well. So maybe we can get some people signed. So maybe Q, I'll give you guys some updates and stuff on that as I talk to Deidre, see what we can do. But I want to get as many fans as possible to sign the shirts. Richmond, Virginia as well. You know, Richmond, you ain't that far down the road. We might be able to kind of slip down that way if we can get enough people. In Missouri, I don't know that I can get that far. Well, I'm going to tell you, Stephanie, going to a game in Dallas is nothing like it. That stadium is incredible. And for the first time this past year, I mean, I've been going since the stadium opened. This year was the first year I felt like we actually had a home field advantage where the crowd was really into the games. Usually you'd go to Dallas, everybody's looking at the artworks, they're in the different shops, they're at the clubs. There's literally 1,800 televisions in there. The only place there's not televisions are the elevators. There's even holding cells that are in the basement of the stadium, and even they have television. So if you get too drunk, Chaz, you'll appreciate the super chat. If you get too drunk and end up causing a problem and get locked up, don't worry, you're not missing the game there at AT&T Stadium. But that stadium is so big, you could set the Statue of Liberty at midfield and it will not touch the roof. That stadium is so big that the Ring of Honor at the old stadium fits on one side. It is huge. They ended up, most of it, what you see outside is not even the whole stadium. That is basically the mid-level seats. It goes down into the ground. They literally dug for days and days and days. And Jerry Jones, being the man that he is, he sold the dirt out of that place. So, yeah, Stephanie, you definitely got to get over there. Jonathan, I don't know if you can be a bigger fan of Dak Prescott than me, man. If you are, then you're in stalker zone. Let me just put it there. Question, how's the sound out here for this right now? Does it sound pretty good? Shout out from Indiana. How you doing? Indy Mex, Rick Thompson, Q Childs, Stephanie, Dak Prescott's number. I don't have Dak Prescott's number. Okay. If I did, I wouldn't be giving it out. But yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to. Maybe I'll be able to get his agent's number. How about that? Trying to get Dak's number would be a hard one. Bigger than Earth. Oh man, that is big. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I got to be honest with you. I'm sitting here after yesterday. Robert Kraft coming through and the whole arrested for solicitation, and hearing about the possibility that it's human trafficking involved. Is it my imagination, or has that just gone quiet? Because as I sat here today, I kept thinking, where's the outcry for this? If this had been Jerry Jones, oh my God, this would have been on every single thing. And for the NFL to come out yesterday with the compensatory picks. I didn't know they were coming out with compensatory picks. Did you know they were going to be doing that yesterday? To me, that was kind of like, wait a minute. Compensatory picks? That was a surprise. I'm going to try one more trick here and see if this works. Let me pull that because I got the wrong one. I'm going to learn this thing. And when I learn this thing, guys, this is going to be really, really cool. Wrong mouse. See, this is where it gets to be crazy. Is during the show, I actually use 3 computers, which is crazy. Okay, let's try pushing that again. Let's see if that works. Okay. So I'm trying to make it so it's a little bit easier on what we're doing. Yeah, they did. They definitely got all the attention off of. They definitely got all the attention off of wrong camera. Let's see. 2. Let me see. We're still on that one. 1. Let's see if it goes. There we go. So they definitely got all the attention off of Robert Kraft yesterday, and it's just gotten kind of quiet. So it's kind of interesting because we know if that had been Jerry Jones, that thing would not die. If that had been Zeke Elliott, could you imagine? It'd been, suspend the guy right now, get rid of the dude. He's just a piece of crap. But they've just kind of not talked about it much. And I bet you that'll be one of those ones that he'll pay a fine real quietly and it'll go away, or I bet you it'll get dismissed. Somehow that there's not going to be a whole lot of outcry on that situation. I guarantee that. And see, this is what I've got, guys. I love this. Oh my goodness, I love being able to do this. Now, Michael Anthony's actually downstairs watching the Alliance American football game. He's live streaming during that, so I don't want to steal all his thunder and stuff. But this, I'm old school. In other words, I'm just old and just don't know how to do shit. That's what I say when I'm old school. For me, I look at like when everybody's got the green screen and put the background stuff so they can look like they're in AT&T Stadium. They can look like they're out in the middle of on the beach or whatever. That stuff is cool. I just can't figure out how to do it. It's just something to me about that old field thing. I like to be able to touch stuff. You know, it's like the stock market. Stock market to me, it's like I can't go touch that. It's not real. It's funny money. If I buy a house, you know, it may go up and down, but I can still drive past it and see and touch the ground around it. And that's why I like being able to do this kind of stuff where it's actually tangible that I can touch it. It may not be as pretty. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles and all the lights and everything else. But to me, this is where it is. I mean, this is like having a vinyl record. You got the CDs, you got the MP3 players, you can download it. Oh, Stephanie. Daggone, Stephanie. Oh. Oh, okay. So, Stephanie, if I do get them, you don't want them then? You don't want Dak's digit? I appreciate the super chat. I really do, because that's going to go for helping to pay for more of this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, Robert, you don't have to worry about that because I've got too much invested in doing this kind of stuff. But I'm excited because all of these cameras are literally remote. I'm going to get probably one more before it's all said and done. And when we go through this season, we're going to be bringing you some great coverage and stuff. Unfortunately, next month, the autograph signing, I'm going to be out of town, which is like over 3 days. And there's a lot of Cowboy players that come up, former as well as current ones. But Stephanie, that's not a Jason Garrett clap. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that too, Dante. I'm trying to find out how many of the guys are going to be going on that. The good thing is it's not as far as Dallas. Dallas was like 23-hour drive. Nashville's only going to be about 10, 11, so it's not quite as bad. And I got to start talking about posse and see who's going to be going on the trip so we figure out how big a one to do. And I can't wait to do that. That was so much fun, meeting all the fans and stuff, hanging out there. Especially with us not having a first-round draft pick. We can kind of chill the first day, hang out, and we can just kind of go through. My man Vosh isn't going to be there. But here's what's cool. This thing, I got to tell you, if I can really learn how to use this thing, it's going to be amazing. Because what I can do with this is crazy. I can actually have 24 cameras connected to the system. I can do remote interviews with this system. I can have Vosh on his cell phone. He's going to be in Las Vegas. He can be in Las Vegas and he can stream to me on his cell phone. I can put it in here. I can do picture-in-picture if I can figure out how to do it with different layers. It's just a matter of how much time I can actually find to just sit down, play with this thing, work with it, and figure it out. Because when I get done, by the time the season gets here, we are going to have a blast, and you guys are going to be like, damn, I can't believe this is the Jobu Sports Report. You want to sign? Well, Keenan, where are you? I've actually got to find somebody. I got to figure out who I want to send the shirt to out in L.A. There's a huge Dallas Cowboys Southern California fan club. I watched the game out there probably about 5 years ago. Great fans and stuff. So I want to get it to one of the guys out there to go ahead and get a bunch of the fans out there. I know it's going to be in Sandman. Where do you live, Sandman? San Antonio? Is it San Antonio? I think it's San Antonio. Because I got to get to Sandman because it's a lot of vets that are there. We got to thank our vets for all the work that they've done for us and get them to sign it because they're really big supporters of the channel and so on. Oh, Vosh had a live chat last night. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Vosh is really good. He knows, I call him Young Gun because he can spit out numbers about players and things like that like a machine gun. That, and he also likes guns a lot. Very opinionated, sometimes hard to get a word in edgewise, and don't have a lot of patience, but that's what you get when you're young. Eric, here's the thing. I don't like to do mock drafts because they're really kind of like, they don't matter. You see where, you know, the talking heads out there do like 100 different mock drafts, and none of them are right. But if you pick enough people over and over again, sooner or later you can say, well, see, I told you the Cleveland Browns are going to pick such and such. Well, you also said they're going to pick 100 other guys too. So it's kind of like silly season. So I don't usually do a whole lot of those, and I don't usually do fantasy footballs because it's something about rooting for somebody who's not a Dallas Cowboy player that actually bothers me. Nice, Andre. Cool. You live that close to the stadium? Yeah, Bosch. Yeah, he's on a whole nother level too. I'm beginning to do some call-ins. I was going to do some last night, but we just got going through so much before I knew it, the time was up. Dante, if you consider doing YouTube, I'm going to tell you, understand you need a thick skin. Because you're going to have some people that love you, but you're going to have people that will literally trash you on an everyday basis. And to understand, it takes time to start building a following. And a lot of times people will go out there, and what'll drive you crazy about YouTube is you will go through and you will do an incredible video. And you will say, man, this is the shit. Oh, I can't wait for people. People are just going to watch the hell out of this thing. And nobody watches it. And you're like, what the F? The sound's perfect. The video's cross. Great storyline. Just nobody watches it. And then you have videos that literally, it's probably a couple of my most popular videos are ones I'm like, really? One night when Odell Beckham had a meltdown, I just went through, recorded that. Odell Beckham having a meltdown. Put it up, went to bed, and didn't think it was going to do anything. The thing got a couple 100,000 views. The most popular one I had was actually when I used to have Joe Boo, and he was actually doing First Take before First Take started blocking everything. And it was Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin was basically, beating Stephen Smith down, basically shouting him down, and put that up. That thing's got like 1.2 million views on it. And I'm like, really? And I've done stuff where I'm like with Demario Davis. I'm in CNN with Demario Davis, a guy who I wish the Cowboys had gotten, NFL player, behind the scenes, recording while they're doing stuff, and it's only got a couple hundred views. And it's like, really? It doesn't make sense. So understand that there's no rhyme or reason to YouTube. Sometimes it gets to be really, really hard, and it takes time, but you have to be consistent, because the thing about this is, Stephanie, what's funny is Nate Newton's supposed to be coming to the autograph signing here. I've met Nate a couple of times, and he's scared to death of Joe Boo. In fact, I have him on tape from when the first time I met him. He was like, man, stop with the voodoo doll, man. I'm scared of him. But he is fun as hell. So I'm going to take the picture of Nate Newton where we got Joe Boo looking over at him and get him to autograph it at the autograph show. But he's a lot of fun, man. And but then again, somebody who used to smoke that much weed usually is. Thank you, Mr. Truckee. How am I doing it? Because I'm actually upstairs because Michael is doing some live streams for the AAF, and I was actually just up here trying to get the equipment and stuff together and trying to learn this and to make sure I have this together for tomorrow going to the game. Going to Lucky's. Yeah, he's a great guy. There's actually a lot of really great players and stuff that are out there and things. And some are better than others, but most of them, you got to understand that when you are a Dallas Cowboy player and you're famous, people are always going to be in your face. And sometimes you're just having a bad day and don't feel like being bothered. So, you have to take that, and understand that these are people too. Some of them just are just assholes. I've met a few, but Joe Boo's downstairs. Don't worry, Joe Boo hasn't gone anywhere. Phone home Mahomes. What's cracking? Just doing an impromptu live stream here. Just testing out the equipment and making sure that we're good to go. Hopefully the sound quality is pretty good. Hopefully the picture quality is pretty good. And see, we can even zoom in. You can see actually how old I am here. Yeah, I'm actually home. I'm upstairs because Michael is doing a live stream downstairs, and I'm trying to set up and do something different than my regular desk. This is basically the in the field live streaming setup that I can basically take on the road. I don't actually have to use this computer. This one I'm actually just using I'm looking at all the chats and stuff, but this is actually, this 2-in-1 is actually running 3 cameras and all the feed and the media and everything else, which I'm actually surprised because it's only using 59% of the CPU, and this is not that powerful a computer. So this system is going to be really, really nice to be able to do on the road and stuff. Where are the mods? Are we getting some people that are I guess none of them are in here because they didn't know this isn't my normal night to do stuff. What's happening, my Cowboys family? How you doing tonight? Our Cowboys are rock stars, without a doubt. Nothing. It's all quiet with the Cowboys right now. The Cowboys are in the bunker trying to figure out what they're doing. I think what you're going to see is, of course, today and tomorrow it's going to be quiet, but I think by Tuesday you're going to see a lot of activity. We've got the combine that's starts on the 26th, so that's coming up real quick. I guess that's Tuesday. So of course we're going to be looking at all that stuff, and you're going to see teams that are going to start working on getting themselves in position to be able to sign free agents. You're going to start seeing a lot of players cut next week. A lot of big name players, of course, and of course every big name player is going to be linked to the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody will say, let's go get this guy or let's go get that guy. But I think the Cowboys are setting their sights on just a couple of free agents. We know that they definitely are interested in upgrading at safety. Earl Thomas, of course, wants to come to Dallas. They'd like to have him there for a couple of reasons. Landon Collins may come available. I think he's going to cost a little bit more. I think you may be able to get actually a decent deal right now with Earl Thomas coming off of the second injury, and it may be just a great time to actually work on getting that deal done. But there's also other guys out there. God, I'm having a brain fart right now. He actually worked with stuff at United Way, and I've met a couple times. Safety from Detroit. Oh my God. He's 32 years old, 32, 33. Grover Quinn. Grover Quinn actually is he's a guy that gets a lot of turnovers and things. He's getting a little up there in age, but that's a guy you can get for a reasonable price. But here's my thing as far as us going for safety. There's a lot of intangibles with Earl Thomas that you can get that you're not going to get with, say, somebody else. He's come from a winning organization. He knows the system, so it won't take him long to go ahead and get used to it. He's been in a winning organization. He's got that ring. So you can get that guy to be kind of like a player's coach on the field. The thing about NFL now, I'm old, like I tell you guys. Even in high school, we started out around August 4th and had a month of 2-a-day practices. We even went away for training camp for a week. We went to, Augusta Military School, I think it's in Frontwell, Virginia. And we would have a morning practice, full pads. We'd have a special teams practice at 12. We have a full pad practice in the afternoon. So you had a lot of time where you could work and learn everything out there. In the NFL now, you get a morning walkthrough and you have a padded practice, which you can't tackle and take to the ground. So there's not a lot of time to teach these guys and get them up to speed. You get a guy like Earl Thomas who knows the system in and out. He's also working with the other guys and mentoring them as well as the coach. So you're almost doubling up on the experience that you're getting taught to the guys. You teach Xavier Woods some of those little intricacies and the little nuances and being able to read things a little bit quicker. That is going to pay a whole lot of dividends because it's not just bringing him in. Now you're elevating the other guys. You're bringing another guy who's incredible into the rotation. And we don't have enough between Jeff Heath, Xavier Woods, and E2 Blues frat brother, Kevon Frazier. Sorry, a little tired. It's been a long, long day. So to me, that's why he makes a lot of sense if you can get it for the right price. If he's still looking to be the highest paid safety in the NFL, which you're talking about $11.5, $12 million a year, that's a little too much. Your family always calls him the golden talent. Okay, is that Jason Garrett? Cowboys D, what I'm going to do, actually, well, I wanted to actually test out the system at Lucky's to see how it works remotely. And I've got this Dak Prescott Power 4 shirt. And what we're going to do is we want to get as many Dallas Cowboy fans as we can to sign it. And at the autograph signing in Chantilly, we're going to present it to Dak Prescott. So, how much you pay Dak? To me, I would say the mid-20s. 25, 26 is about where I think he should fall into that. It may end up cheating up a little bit more. But my thing is this. You're better off doing the deal now than waiting another year, because you're going to end up having Carson Wentz, you're going to have Jared Goff, you're going to have Russell Wilson. All those guys are going to end up taking what we're looking at now, which is like the low 100s, and it's going to be bumping it up to probably about the 150s. You're going to see it get even higher. And if this team, and I believe that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be all in on this season, if the Dallas Cowboys go all in, they bring in an Earl Thomas and things, and some other free agents, and get loaded for bear, you have another season where you're going into the playoffs and win a couple of games. Then you're really going to play through the nose for Dak Prescott, because then you're talking about playoffs 3 out of 4 years. You're talking about winning seasons 4 years in a row. And as much as, you know, Kirk Cousins got paid coming from the Redskins, where they never won. He didn't have a playoff game, never even beat Dak Prescott. You look at what he got for 3 years, and you take Dak Prescott then having another playoff win or two, you're talking about being way up there. So you can go ahead and say, you know what, Dak, we want you on the cheap for 1 more year again, and we'll wait and see you prove it. And he's going to prove it, and you're going to pay through the nose. So you're better off locking him in at that number right now, knowing that the cap's going to be later on, and so on. Take a look at some of the guys like Big Ben and things like that. Their contracts down there are low because they were the wave before what came through now. And what you're going to look at by the end of next year, you're going to look at anything under $28 million as a bargain. Adrian Peterson for Zeke's backup. No. You know what? I'd like to have another back, but I'd like to have a back who's a change of pace. Matt, understand, I'm a name butcher. It's what I do, man. I'm going to mispronounce names left and right. I'm going to misspell things. I'm dyslexic, so you're going to see me write stuff that looks perfect when I write it. It's going to be wrong. It's just the way it is, man. I'm sorry. But I would like to see a change of pace back, a scat back, a smaller back, a guy who is quick and elusive, because you get defenses used to clogging the middle and things like that and having to take on Zeke and things, okay? Just getting pounded and pounded and pounded. Then you put a fast back in there, and after being used to being hit and pounded, and now I got to sprint, you're talking about muscle cramps left and right, and, you know, the pains, the aches and stuff like that, because you don't want people to know what's coming. And that's where that third down back or that change of pace back can really come in handy. And it will also help to prolong Zeke Elliott's career. Unpopular, but you like Jason Garrett. I like Jason Garrett as a guy. I'm just not sure that he is the guy to take us to the Super Bowl. But I think what he needs around him is he needs good coaches around him. I'm sorry, forgive me here. I got to, take my knee brace off here. Whew, knee is killing me. You want a bruiser back. Phone home Holmes, okay. Mispronounced Taint with Talent Bar. He's Golden Taint. Okay, all right. Admit it, we can't beat him, so we have to join. He has to join us. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in here and checking me out on this test stream, and hopefully this sounds pretty good, and we'll be able to do this on the road as well. But it's getting a little bit late. I'm a little bit tired, and I'm going to try one more thing real quick and switch up to this camera, and one more time to that camera. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Whew. And I want to thank you guys for blessing me with being able to come in here and talk about something I really and truly love, the Dallas Cowboys. And tomorrow night, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we'll be at Lucky's. Anybody who's in the Northern Virginia area, Washington, D.C., Maryland and stuff, if you've got some time, come by. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to get you to sign the shirt, the Power 4 shirt, and come hang out, have some chicken wings and stuff. So as always, friends, let your hair grow, please. Some people said I looked about 15 years younger. So you want me to look really, really old? Okay. But as always, friends, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this doesn't work. And let's see.